All right, hello and welcome. Brett here with clickmill.co. In this video, we're going to be talking about orienting all of our products, services, programs, ministries to the vision that God has given you. And so when we do this, this is very difficult when we're beginning a ministry or a business. It's very difficult later, but the benefits really come in later. And the reason why I say this is because when you start, you don't have a lot of opportunities. And what this helps you to do is weed out, immediately 99% of opportunities with very little thought. And the way we do this is just by asking, does this opportunity, does this service, does this idea, whatever it is, does it support the vision? Does it get us closer to the vision? We're going to the land flowing with milk and honey. Is it in the direction that we need to go? Because if it's not, then we're not going to do that. And when we begin a business, when we begin a ministry, it's very difficult to do that because there are so few opportunities. And it's like, well, gosh, if we don't take this opportunity, we might not get anywhere. And that's not true. If God calls you to a vision, he will provide what you need along the way to get there. And it's going to take some time. Now, beyond that, as we grow, as you start to see some growth, you're going to start seeing many more opportunities coming in much faster. So the Matthew principle, which is widely regarded in secular macroeconomics, is to those who do not have, even what they have will be taken from them and given to those who do have. So when you have no opportunities, it's very difficult to get more opportunities. But as soon as you've put in the legwork, as soon as you've shown up, you've gotten some people some good results, you've blessed them, they're going to start coming back to you. They're going to start telling their friends about whatever it is that you're doing, that you've been called to. And you're going to get more and more opportunities in more and more directions. And the big mistake that people make when this happens is to, number one, not know the resources they have because it's still limited, even though you're growing and you can only grow so quickly. And number two, to choose the opportunities or the ministries or the products that don't go in the direction that you're called to go. They don't result in the vision. And so when we make decisions and we orient to things that are not in the direction of the vision, it is essentially like choosing a promised land that God does not have for us. So God calls Moses to the specific land flowing with milk and honey that we obviously know is today the country of Israel. And, what happens if Moses is leading the Israelites, right? Because you're the ministry leader and you're leading the people you're with. And you just decide one day, wow, I think I'm going to take a right turn because that area over there looks pretty nice. You're in the desert, you see the palm trees, you see the little pool of water in there. It looks real nice. And you go over there and that's where you take them because, well, this is the promised land. This is really nice. And, one day we're going to meet God and he's going to say, did you take them to the promised land? And he goes, well, yeah, to that promised land. He's like, that's not the promised land I called you to. I called you to the promised land that's Israel, and you went off and you did your own thing. And you went to some other place that I did not call you to. I called these other people to that place, that's a nice place, but that's not the place I had for you. And now we have to start answering some questions, which is why didn't we listen? And that's not a salvational issue, but we also want to be where God's leading is. And so when we're talking about orienting to the vision, we can do a lot of good things and they can still be the wrong thing. If God has called one ministry to be a missions ministry to Zambia, then we shouldn't be allocating a bunch of resources and starting ministries to the homeless people. That's not where he has us. He has us allocating resources to go to Zambia and help the people of Zambia and serve them and bring them to Christ. And so when we do this, a few things happen. Number one, as you grow and you orient to vision, you're going to get a ton of opportunities. And it is so, so simple to filter through opportunities and have clarity. When everybody else is confused and the opportunities that come in, you'll be crystal clear on the ones you should take because the answer is, does this align with the vision? And if the answer is no, you just walk away. And that's it. So that's the first thing it's going to do. Number two, it is actually going to perpetuate your growth even faster. Why? because a house divided amongst itself can't stand. Um, where there is no vision, the people perish. So sticking to the vision is going to give clarity to everybody you're with what we're about. Because if you're not clear on the vision, other people will get clear for themselves. And then you'll have these people thinking you're this kind of ministry, and these people thinking you're going over here, and those people thinking you're going over there. And where there is no vision, the people perish. So there is division, and the house divided amongst itself cannot stand. When there's division, there's a lack of unity. That's when you see splits. That's when you see the breakdown of the internal structure, because we're not all focused on solving the same thing. So when we orient to vision, it increases the clarity and the direction and the unity within the team, which continues that momentum of growth. And you're going to continue growing, and you're only going to grow in the right direction. And as the opportunities coming in as a result of that growth keep coming in, you're going to be able to filter out all the wrong ones immediately, because it becomes impossible to do like a pros and cons list for every single opportunity when your email box is full of 37 opportunities every single day. You just spend your whole day doing that. You can't do that. You say, is it in line with the vision? Nope, move on. You do that 37 times, it takes you 10 minutes and you're moving on. Okay, so reducing load. The final thing that this helps you do as you orient to vision is you can immediately go through and prune your ministry, prune your business, prune your family, prune your life, and cut out everything that cannot be oriented to vision. So for the things that already exist, can it be oriented to the vision? If we're going on missions and we're a missions ministry, if we're a missions ministry and we have a marriage conference that comes in every month, why are we doing a marriage conference if we're a missions ministry? Well, because when you're on the mission field and you're in a country that will kill Christians, the last thing you need to be doing is fighting with your spouse every 5 seconds. We have things to focus on. You have to be unified. You have to be powerful. You need to be in lockstep when we get out here where it's life and death. So this is preparation for missions. You and your spouse need to have a solid marriage before we can go out into these dangerous areas, or, whatever it is. Oh, now I'm being prepared for missions in this marriage conference. Now we're in line with the vision. If the ministry or product or service or whatever it is cannot be brought in line with the vision, you eliminate it. So the third thing that comes on the back of elimination is reduced load. We're now not juggling 100 different projects and things. We're only doing the things that are relevant, and we get to save our energy. We get to get off work on time because we don't have to juggle all these other things because they shouldn't have been there anyway. So this also helps us to reduce load. So once you're hyper clear on your vision, you can say it simply and everybody knows it. You are going to start cutting the existing elements of your business or your ministry down to what can be oriented and is already oriented to the vision, and everything else goes. This is going to increase unity. It's going to save you time and effort, and it is going to help the momentum continue in the ministry. So orient to the vision to reduce load. Thanks so much for being here in this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.